with the millions.
It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist, yo. I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me street pro. Create heat on beat flow. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated, folks. Get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back, in fact this monster will go. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan and you have no need to know. Hard like winter cold. Bust these fools, anything less than killing whack rappers is a crime. I stay trying to get mine. Stacking value, packing venues, winning over time. Ain't no fine timeline. Open your eyes, you're looking for the best and this is what you find. Game is only for the bold. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Introducing from parts unknown, your UFC and combat sports insider, Clubber D, the combat G, and the sports professor. Yo, what up, friends? You know what it is, Ball and Buds is back at it again with another special. Yes, we are bringing the Voltron boxing crew back together for a little boxing champs fight picks and news special. And you know, to my right-hand side, I always got my partner in crime, my brother, our boxing, UFC, MMA, combat sports insider, Clubber D.
Yo. Some of y'all owe me $5. I'm not naming names, but some of y'all owe me $5. That Uber ride wasn't cheap coming from your mom's house.
Damn. He didn't say the walk of shame. He said he took the Uber of luxury.
Damn Skippy. Black XL.
That's hilarious. Y'all make sure you subscribe to Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS, handy QR code up there for you at the top. You can find all of our social media. You can also find Clubber D's TikTok and YouTube there as well. So please hit that. Make sure you subscribe to Ball and Buds and hit that like button. Whether you're watching now on live or the replay, it is free to you, but very invaluable to us. That being said, let's keep it moving. Again, we are doing some fight picks and news this week. This is promoting the boxing predictions group run by Champ Ross, but George Soros-like funded by this man, none other than the supreme networking boxing man himself, Skywalker Boxing Media. What's good, brother?
What's good, everybody? Salute, man.
Yo.
Yes. Tell everybody where they can find you at, my brother.
You guys can find me at Skywalker Boxing Media on all platforms, except Facebook. It's Skywalker Boxeo. And we got some good fights this weekend. Look forward to talking about them.
Yes. No, super excited. And we got the crew with us, so we can never at all be mad when we get the crew together on a good boxing weekend. So that being said, let's bring in the foremost boxing historian. If you have not been watching his videos on YouTube lately, my man is deep in the bag. I guess that's a pause right there. My bad on that. But anyway, he's still doing his thing, and y'all should make sure you tap in with him. Again, he is just blessing you with boxing history left and right. From 86 Boxing, it's our brother Josh.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me hit that right there. That's that Dipsy roll right there. See, shout out to Jack Dipsy out there, former world heavyweight champion, the Manasseh Mauler, but appreciate the love there for sure. Salute.
No, for sure. I saw that video the other day, and I was like, "Oh, see, we doing it." Okay.
Heck yeah.
Hey, that's what's up. And you know, last but certainly, oh no, sorry, Josh. Go ahead and tell them where they can find you. My bad.
Oh, 86 Boxing everything. Look up 86 Boxing history. You're going to find it, baby.
Awesome. All right, cool. Now, certainly not last but not least at all, my man got the fresh cut on, and you know I got to let Clubber D hit that intro. Who we got, Clubber D?
We got the one and only, heavy on the Papi, light on the Yayo, Papi Choon Yayo.
Bow! What we got?
Yes, sir. You already know.
That's what she said.
Oh, God bless you.
Oh, you got props.
Let's go.
He
Don't
brought
play
props.
with me,
Yeah,
y'all.
that's what I'm
What's
talking about.
going on? Let's
That's
do it.
great.
Hey, what's up, everybody, man? I'm happy to be back here with the crew. We do what we do. It's hot out there. Y'all make sure y'all take care of yourself out there, but we got to cook tonight.
Yes, we are. And salute to everybody in the chat. Susanna Morihan, salute. Saludos,
Let's say
Jesus.
proud single mother. Shout out to her.
It
That's what I'm
did.
talking about.
It sure did. We need to make
Shout
sure we
out.
promote that. There you go. That's right.
Hey, Susanna.
Bud Files, shout out. All right, cool. Thank y'all for tuning in. Keep those comments coming in. And again, make sure you hit that like button. All right, gentlemen. Before we get into the actual picks, again, y'all, if you're watching, we are promoting the boxing predictions group run by Champ Ross. If you're interested in a boxing predictions group, you like boxing, even if you're not an expert, you can just do some picks. You get to pick KOs, decisions for the fights for the week. It's fun, it's free, and you can win some money. So if you want to do that, just holler at one of us on here, and we can get you that information. Cool?
Shout out to Champ Ross. You're doing God's work. That is every week he breaks down everything, has the leaderboard and different categories. Stuff is very, very, very legit. And I want everybody on this panel to give that man $50 and give him 50 extra for me.
Nope. I mean, look, somebody's got to be shadow funding the organization for there to be money given out on free picks.
Tax write-off or something's going on.
Oh my god, that's great. You probably could write it off as a business expense if that was your business. They probably do. Look at Skywalker shaking his head. Anyways. All right, cool. So let's start off with news then before we actually get into picks for the weekend. So I'm just going to go around the horn. I know each of you had like a story you wanted to talk about. Clubberty, start us off.
The news I'm really kind of happy to see is we're about to say someone's name I don't like saying. Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. possibly fighting. That's the fight I'd like to see at 147. If Devin Haney moves up, that way you can shut up all the Devin Haney haters that say that he likes to run, which is only he only did in one fight. We didn't really run, but he's gonna be there with a heavy puncher. Where Brian Norman just went to Japan and knocked out Jen Sasaki, and he lost memory for the last 6 weeks or 3 weeks or so. So Brian Norman's a killer. So I would love to see that style clash.
How does anybody else feel about that news? What are we thinking?
I mean, they say Devin like to run. I mean, I don't know. I've seen him box and stay in the pocket. It didn't benefit him, but I've seen him do it before. But I tell you what, if there was ever a time for him to box, that would be it. Because it's not for play at 147. You could talk your way real fast into a check that might bounce.
Yep.
You feel me? So I love it, man. I hope it happens. And you know what? Like my man Clubber said about the Devin haters, or whatever they call them. One thing you can say about the kid is that he fought everybody and he's trying to fight everybody. So that can't be taken from him.
Never ducked.
Oh yeah. Yeah, props in that regard for sure. And I think he has the frame for 147, but Brian Norman Jr., woo! Man, he looks to be in his bag right now. So I'm for it. Let's make it happen, baby.
Skywalker, any thoughts on that?
I got Brian Norman Jr. In that fight, man. I just think, I know Devin Haney's good. He's a good boxer, but hey, that power that we've seen with that knockout, that's that's gonna be something else. So
it never fails. It never fails. Whenever I ask Skywalker a question, the first thing he does, it doesn't even matter. The fight could be a year from now. This man is going to give you his prediction for the fight. He ain't even going to answer my question.
I love it.
He's just going to give you the prediction of the fight.
You asked me who I have in that fight, man. If it was made, right? So
that's great.
I don't know, man. I just wasn't.
Not even the question I asked.
That's what Haney's last performance, bro. You know what I mean?
Norman can knock the race
Norman's
off someone's
coming off
face.
A good performance.
Yeah.
So, hey,
that's great. All right, cool. All right, Ford. Skywalker, did you have news you wanted to talk about?
We got Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. going up against Jake Paul.
Yep, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Yep.
Entertaining card coming up this weekend. We got our little brother Vince Paras. He's fighting for an IBF. Super flyweight. He's fighting at super fly this fight. So.
Okay. Papi, Choon, Yayo, you said you had something on Benavidez, his brother. What we got going on?
Yeah, man. Looks like he done got a 9-month ban for that booger sugar is what they like to call it out there in the streets. So it seems like that booger sugar is available. You feel me? No, but look, hey, he got 9 months for it. I mean, I know somebody that got 6 months suspension for using steroids. So telling me that the booger sugar gets a longer suspension than somebody using steroids, somebody making.
Did his brother lose the belt for that?
Oh yeah,
thought so.
That booger
he lost the belt the first time, first or second time. Lost his belt and lost him second time. That made Canelo the champion.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it since not everybody can say it. They got nigga knives. You feel me? That's what it's called, nigga knives. You got real good smell. That's how I know they are people. But
that's
hey,
when you
man,
snort,
y'all need to put
goes
the
up and
booger
down.
sugar down.
Goes up and down.
Boxing Kangaroo, shout out, yo! I would tell you, one of the funniest streams I have ever seen in my life was when Boxing Kangaroo, and I don't remember who he was with, but he was with somebody. It was with you, Skywalker, I think.
Yeah.
And his Australian accent and just everything he was talking about. Oh, it was the one I went on with y'all. The stream I was on with y'all. Yeah.
Was that where we talk about the porn, the country box? Yeah. We're talking about the movie theater. I heard him on T Street Controversy page too.
He said he'd make his way to Amsterdam for the African women. That's what he said.
He said 4 of them tested positive. He said 4 of them tested positive on that card. So there you go. Damn.
Wow.
Well,
Jesus.
As Rick James once said, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Surface party in Brazil.
Jesus says Devin Hain Ass is going to do a Floyd Schofield versus Norman. Check himself into the hospital before the fight.
Hey.
There's always the haters out there. They hate him.
Always the hater. Always a hater somewhere. Hey, Josh, did you have any news that you wanted to talk about? Anything you wanted to hype up?
Well, I got something history related. I'll just throw out there. I'm going to be working with this group, or I guess you can say I'm already working with this group now in relation to Friends of Joe Gans, basically the 150th Joe Gans project. Essentially, Joe Gans, he's out of Baltimore, so there's an effort now to get him a statue in Baltimore, Maryland. I posted something about it on my channel in the community section, but shout out to Sarah Artes. I'll be doing an interview with her at some point coming up. And shout out to Ring 101. Shout out to Corner Team Boxing, all of them that are supporting that effort there. Joe Gans, he's the first African-American champion in boxing history when he became lightweight champion in 1902, knocking out Frank Aaron. So just want to throw that out there. Representing Baltimore, baby.
Let's go.
So supporting that effort. Just wanted to throw that out there. So
we need that statue. It should already be up.
See, that's beautiful. I love that kind of information.
Where are they going to be erecting that statue at?
Who's that?
Where are they going to be erecting the statue at?
They want it in. The actual location is still TBD, but it will be in Baltimore, though. It will be in Baltimore for sure there. So, and there's a GoFundMe for it. I posted about it on my thing. It's an expensive one, but we're trying to get some of the big-time boxers backing it. Of course, we know Gervonta Davis is out of Baltimore. There have been a number of other boxers out of Baltimore. Hakeem Rothman, you name it, just back and forth, or so on and so forth. So we have a lot of people in the area in general. So we're trying to get some momentum surrounding that. So more to come in that regard.
Ray Lewis, if you're listening, come on.
No,
Ray.
let me say this real quick, because there's a lot of things that happen outside in the community that are shameful in some ways, and some that are really upstanding. There's no way on God's green earth should they be erecting a statue in Baltimore, a historical statue, and there needs to be a GoFundMe for it. Like, that should be something that
I agree with that completely.
On some philanthropy type. I don't want everybody to know I pay for it, but yeah, that needs to Somebody got to cover that. It's too many professional fighters that
tons.
are in that area for that not to be covered. You don't do no GoFundMe for nothing like that. That's wild.
Yeah.
I agree.
So hey, for those listening, let's get that out there for sure.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. Thank you.
If you're from Baltimore, step
Thank
up,
you for
stand
telling
up.
us that. And yeah, no, I agree completely with Yayo. You can't. What a GoFundMe. What are we doing right now, y'all? Come on, like get it together. Anyways, all right, but it's good that it's good that they are saluting and honoring him. That's the good
The
part.
city should pay for it too. Shit.
I mean, the city should
listen,
right.
easy, yeah.
Pay for it.
And it's a
Absolutely.
tax write-off too. So not only do you get to do philanthropy and do a great thing,
all the money
You know
these
me-
cities waste, especially Baltimore. Get out of here.
Edgar Allan Poe, random statues they have down there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. Word. Well, let's see what else. We got some more comments here. Hey, Quiz. Is that what that is? Quiz. What's happening? Boxing Kangaroo. My favorite type of weed is cocaine. All right. Well,
Oh.
thank you, sir.
Just like
Good
it smells.
Good to know. All right, cool. Let's keep it moving, and let's again, y'all. We are here for the boxing predictions group. I want to make sure that we keep promoting that. If you do want to get into the group, make sure to hit one of us up. But it's really simple. You pick the fights each week. You say whether it's going to be a KO or a decision, and then what type of decision. People with the most knockouts at the end of the season, or most decision correctly picked at the end of the season, wins money. You also have a season leaderboard, as Clubber D mentioned earlier, which Champ Ross just does an amazing job organizing. It's got to be AI he's using or something. Anyways, so that's why we're here. So make sure if you want to get in, you hit us up, because it's a lot of fun. Like, I thought it was going to be a lot of work, but honestly, if you just have fun with it, it doesn't take longer than putting in your picks every week.
Yeah.
And I'm a last minute Lenny, so I appreciate you, because I'll be doing that joint like Fridays. You and
Saturday
Carlos.
Mornings. You and
Me
Carlos
and
never
Strategic. That's strategic, because you gotta see the win, you gotta see how they look.
I'll do none of that.
They don't look like they're gonna fucking fall out. You know, if they look like they're
Man,
gonna
I
fall
copy
out,
and paste that bad boy in
I
my
do.
phone. I put it over
Yeah,
here, and I go,
this-
all right.
we'll see how they handle that weight cut. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, your performance in the league is
Hey, I'm
justified.
above you. Last time I checked, I think I'm above you,
I-
sir. So
I don't know.
I
but
think I
hold
was
up a
above you
second.
for.
Hey,
I was
y'all
7 for a
got
little
look-
while.
I was out of the country, bro. I was out of the country enjoying what God put out here. So I'm on y'all
Oh.
head this next season. You better know that. I'm always top 10 something, and usually top 5.
I
You
love
better
that, because I
know it.
know exactly what you're talking about.
That thing was.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. In every statistical category, I'm usually top 10, top 5. So I'm somebody to be
There
reckoned
you
with.
go.
Every time
Hey.
I call a knockout, I lose the
I do
week.
say so myself.
Josh greatly post that link down for us. So there you go. That's the link to the future project they got going on. So you can check that out there at that link. Please support that and support our boy Josh in his endeavors. Also, below that on the banner, you can see I put a banner up there, everybody's channels. So make sure you subscribe there as well. All right, Boxing Kangaroo. Champ Ross, been around forever. Okay. I mean, I just met my man last year, but he seems like a pretty cool dude, I guess. So
Yeah, he's a good
Yeah,
dude.
he
he's always been nice to me. So, all right, cool. Let's move it into Friday night. I'm going to try Skywalker, but I'm probably going to butcher it, so you're going to have to back me up.
Okay.
Arslan Bek Makhmudov?
Makhmudov. The guy
Hey,
that
I got
twitches.
it.
He has that twitch in his neck like this. Yeah.
Okay, so
You gonna do road.
Oh,
he's 19 and 2 fighting Ricardo Brown, 12 and 0, 10-round heavyweight fight.
hey,
Start us off, Skywalker.
Hey, Makhmudov, he's a good fighter, man. He's real aggressive. He has he goes one direction. You know what I'm saying? And he likes to bully his opponents, but I don't know about his opponent, bro. I haven't really checked him out, who he's fighting. I'm gonna see his box rec right now.
Yeah, he's fighting Ricardo Brown. I got you. You keep talking. Talk about your man. I'll get it.
Yeah, Arslan Bek. I want to say he's my man. He's taken a couple losses, man, too. He's good, but he don't have movement, bro. He just lost. He got knocked out by Guido Vianello. Caballel handled him in 4.
Body snatcher, Caballel.
Caballel.
Yeah, Caballel.
Ricardo Brown, his opponent, is 12 and 0. He's a 2-star ranked heavyweight on Box Rec. He is
Who
the
has
number
he
one.
fought?
Nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably nobody. Adam Kolarek.
Yeah, see,
Kolarek.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole, baby. Adam Kolarek. I thought I had heard that name before, so I thought y'all would have.
Champ Ross himself.
Pavel Sauer, Miguel Angel Flores Gomez. I don't know who any of those people are. Anyways,
yeah.
he's the number 1 ranked heavyweight out of Jamaica.
Right.
Hmm.
11 knockouts out of 12 victories.
We'll see what they can do.
All
right, so
Razor Ruddock.
He could be a creeper. He's got a lot of first round and second round knockouts. You notice that? A lot of his knockouts are first, second, first, third, first, second.
Well, that should tell you something right there.
I think it would be a good matchup for Arslanbek because it seems like both these guys are going to come forward and bang.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be stronger?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wowzers.
Yeah.
So who's your pick in this fight, sir?
I'm gonna go with Arslanbek because he's not good with movers. You know what I'm saying? He's good with guys that come his direction. I'm gonna have him winning this fight by knockout. Believe it or not, I would say rounds between 2 and 4. Because I think these guys are gonna come out gunning. You know what I mean? These are heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are just.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll get to you, Papi, in 1 second. Let's get some comments. Shout out Champ Ross.
Champ Ross.
Man of the hour. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. We are promoting that group hard for you. Pause. And hopefully we'll get some extra people in there. Don't look at me like that. He says number 1 in Jamaica. That's like saying he's the number 1 in Wyoming. Nice. Yeah.
It's a lot of fracking out there, y'all. Y'all chill out.
Right.
Fracking out in Wyoming.
There was a movie back in the day.
Brokeback Mountain.
You know what? I'm not even going to make the joke. I might get us canceled if I made that joke. Boxing Kangaroo says, I hope Kid Austin don't get poisoned this time around.
Kid Austin like the Black Ranger.
Yeah.
He won't. Shakur is too busy with Cepeda to do anything, says Gold member. The Car says, shout out the Car. Are y'all watching the fights? Yep, we're about to talk about those 2 fights right now. Literally just about to go into those in 1 second once we get through these comments. Champ, I picked Brown because I don't like what I've seen from Makhmudov. Okay, there you go. And then Champ Ross again. Mabili will do his thing. I suppose Wilder will win. Okay, so we'll get to that in just 1 second. Papi, how do you feel about this fight right here, Makhmudov and Brown?
I feel like Makhmudov mama got pregnant with him when she was listening to Thriller.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that dude really, you got to look at his Twitch, bro. His Twitch.
Yeah. Nah, man, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. I think Brown going to clean him up. My man is lunch meat. He's like spam. You know what I'm saying? He's spam. He's just a big meathead that Twitch. He punches hard, but he's just a brute, man. And he got it handed to him the last couple times. And I think I might have got a direct pick on him losing the way he lost by KO on each of those. So I think as the record would reflect, I'm taking Brown by KO, man, maybe round 2 or 3, somewhere around there.
Early. Okay. All right.
Early.
All right. Josh, what you got?
So I think that Makhmudov, the rules is up. He intimidated his opponents in the beginning, but I think Cabiel showed that. Was it Cabiel? Who first?
Guido, his last one was his last.
The first one.
First one.
Cabiel.
Yeah, Caballero, right? So, he exposed the fact that Makhmudov can't box. He showed that against Guido as well, who is not bad, but not necessarily known to be a straight-up boxer. But Guido, he's not bad, I would say. But Makhmudov, I just think he's limited. He's working with Kevin Farmer, according to Gold member there, but I don't think it's going to help because Makhmudov is too far in at this stage. Now, I think he will beat Brown. This is like a pick-me-up. Shout out to Eye of the Tiger. They hold it down out there Montreal. I think this will be sort of like a chance for him to get a little feel-good win. But as far as Makhmudov making any legitimate moves towards heavyweight contention with the title concern, no. I don't see it happening whatsoever. But I got Makhmudov in this fight. Mid-round stoppage. I'm going to say probably around the 5th round or something like that. But that being said, I hope that Brown provides some form of justice in that. I'm just not picking him because I haven't seen him and he hasn't fought anyone of significance. And Makhmudov has that experience edge, I will say.
There you go. Makes sense. Clubber D, hit us.
You know, I was looking at my picks, and I got Ricardo Brown winning by 2nd round knockout. I feel like
Another early one. Okay.
I think it's going to be. I don't know if he's going to go to sleep, but he will be on the ground doing the worm. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do affliction or whatever, but he will be on the ground doing the worm.
Like Scotty Too Hottie?
With a plank Harlem Shake.
I'm just imagining Scotty Too Hottie.
The plantain will make him strong, man.
Wait, is that did everybody pick Brown then, right? Except Skywalker. Except Skywalker. Yeah, except Skywalker. Okay. I'm going.
No, I picked Makhmudov.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I thought you picked Brown.
Makhmudov, but
okay, so it's
I don't think he's a contender either. I just think that he's gonna beat. This guy is made for him, bro. It's a good matchup. They're both come forward fighters, aggressive. This other guy, he looks like what's his name's cousin, the wrestler, bro. The from Minnesota.
Shoot, which one? Brock.
Yeah, there you go, Brock. Yeah, Brock Lesnar. That's what Arsenal looks like, bro. He's like a Brock Lesnar of boxing, bro. So
that's
a big dumb Nordic motherfucker with no movement.
Stiff.
The head movement he does, he twitches, bro.
Hey, y'all know the childhood story about the 3 goats and the thing up under the bridge? That's what he built like.
Oh, the Billy Goat? Billy Goat?
Yeah.
Billy Goat, bro. Okay. Cool. All right, cool. So I'll break the tie here. I've got Brown, KO 7, and that was before I knew that Skywalker knew that much about Makhmudov or whatever his name is. So, yeah, I'm going with Brown. KO 7 is what I had in my picks for the week. So there you go. All right, cool. Let's move it on to the next fight of that weekend. It's going to be Christian Mabili, 28-0 with 23 KOs. So very good. Versus Masij Sulecki. Masij, I believe it is. Sulecki, 33-3 with 13 KOs. And so we're going to end with Clubber D for the Deontay Wilder. So we're going to start let's go with Skywalker again. And we'll go back and do the same order again, and then we'll switch it up next time. Skywalker, go ahead.
It's gonna be a good fight, man. Sulecki's a pretty decent fighter. He got knocked out recently by Diego Pacheco. He took a loss to Demetrius Andrade, so he's only lost to some good step ups. He lost to Daniel Jacobs too. I just see that on his box rec. But I got Christian and Billy by destruction, KO
by destruction.
Like, round 4, bro, in Billy style, bro. So his last fight, he went the distance with Sergey Derevyanchenko, very durable opponent. A lot of people thought he beat Triple G back in the day. You know,
he's from a country box.
Yeah, Jaime Munguia, good fight. He's
giving a country box.
He's fighting this Tuesday.
He's fighting July 1st. Sergey,
yeah.
Oh shit! Well, then I guess I have to get an interview then.
Pledge of Allegiance, and then
I don't think he's been tested, man. He's fought Damon Nicholson, is a good friend of mine in '86. Man, we've had him on the show. Damon's a pretty good fighter. He's got a cool style, bro. He's another come forward fighter. Very aggressive. He sits on a lot of his punches. So we're definitely going to see a knockout. I think this fight, he didn't get one in his last fight, but I think this fight we're going to get one.
Okay. All right. So knockout there. Papi, what you got?
I think this fight is going to be eerily similar to the Hot Rod versus David Morrell fight. Honestly, I believe it's going to be eerily similar because Sulecki, I want to give him credit where credit's due. He is skillful, and I don't think that he's just going to go in there and just fold it up. And Billy has already proven that he's the type of guy that he's going to try to make you fold it up pretty much the entire time. So I agree with Skywalker. I think it's going to be I think he's going to get beat on real bad, and it's going to be like some corner stoppage type thing, probably right around 6 or 7. But it's going to get bad early for him because then Billy's going to the body, and the Eastern Europeans don't like it to the body. So yeah, it's going to be bad. So I'm probably KO 6, KO 7 in Billy.
Okay. All right. Cool. And Champ Ross says Selecki battle tested him, more of a 160 pounder though, and Billy should be able to chop him down. Is what Champ says. Clubber D, what you got for us?
I'm kind of with everyone else, but I think it's going to go just a tad longer. I got it as a 10-round knockout. I think he is battle tested, but he's going to wear him down. I got around 10. Yeah.
Okay. 10-round knockout. Club. Josh, what you got for us, brother?
Same prediction in terms of the victor. I got Mbili. I think he will get the job done. I'm gonna go with 6th round as well. I think Sulecki, he surprised me. He won against Akhmedov. I thought he would lose. Pacheco was the first to stop him. Sulecki's been in there with some great competition, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at it resume for resume, he stacks up right there with Mbili's probably more actually. But that being said, I think that like someone mentioned there in the comments, a lot of that 160 is 168. And I do think that Sulecki will be stopped. He got that win over Akhmedov, but I think Diego Pacheco is more or what happened against Diego Pacheco is more of what's going to happen here and more of probably where Sulecki is when he faces one of the top guys in the division who are pretty much in their prime right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, you're right about one thing you said so astutely. He has a 82% KO percentage, 23 KOs in 28 fights. So the majority of the time, he's knocking people out. Most of you have said knockout so far. I'm going to say TKO, yeah. And I'm probably going to go round, I don't know. I think it might be a little earlier, maybe like around 7, something like that, TKO. But yeah, I got Billy on this one as well.
Billy likes to trap his opponents on the ropes, and he throws a lot of uppercuts too. So
yeah.
And I think the TKO might be more likely. That's generally how he gets it done. Getting that 10 off, the referee steps in there beforehand.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Josh. Thank you for making me look smart. I thought I was just pulling that out. I thought I just pulled that out my ass. I don't know what I was talking about. Shout out,
man, they should probably stop it. That's what you're gonna be hearing all night.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a whooping. It's gonna be a whooping.
Somebody hit it.
Shout out Andrew G for tuning in. We appreciate you. Champ Ross says he's picking in Billy KO 8. All right, cool. Well, let's move it into the main event of this Friday night fights. Deontay Wilder, the return. Clubber D, you and I have been talking Deontay Wilder for years now, and it's gone back and forth, and he retired, and now he's back out of retirement. He was supposed to fight some guy, Dave Allen, I thought, but now it's Tyrell Herndon. Okay, whatever. Deontay Wilder is 43-4-1 with 42 KOs, so 42 KOs and 43 wins. Tyrell Herndon, 24-5. Record there. So Clubber D, start us off here. What you got for this fight?
I'm very interested to see how this goes because he's not with Malik Scott, his old trainer. So this will be his 3rd trainer in his whole career. So I wonder if he's going back to his old ways or still try to be a traditional boxer. Because he defied laws of gravity and power the way he fought. So I'm eager to see this. So I got to win in the 2nd round because I'm not too familiar with the dude he's fighting. So I got to be in the 2nd round knockout. But I love seeing him spar, especially Paul's wearing leggings with your legs being that skinny. It looks like, electrical tape around a skeleton.
Like the guy we watched in Country Box that one time.
Yeah, it's like a Slim Jim.
Ernest, you remember Yayo? You remember that?
I can see his ACL. He's so skinny. It's
that's true. All right, cool. Let's go back the other way. Josh, what you got for us on this one?
To kind of harken on what Clubber was saying there, and when it comes to Deontay Wilder, I don't think the training was ever what really got it done to that degree, as opposed to that right hand. So this change, I didn't even know about that, Clubber D. So nods there in terms of he had switched up from Malik Scott. But yeah, I don't know if that was the issue. It's more so probably just Deontay Wilder himself because he was doing some things in training with Malik Scott that were not what you probably should be doing, like that spinning around stuff we seen him doing, playing around there. But that being said, I think he should knock this cat out for sure, and this gets him back in that win column. Where he goes from here, though, I don't know. I don't know. But looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table there because, of course, that right hand, I think he's still going to have that, until the end of time for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
What round do you have that KO in, my friend?
I'm going to go with probably 3. I'm going to round 3. I think we get somewhere right there.
And Clever, you said round 2, right? You said early, right?
Yep, and I think this one will be a KO where the referee counts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like you're gonna be dusted and disgusted, as E40 would say. Shout out to the Bay Yay area, Papi, Choon, Yayo. What you got for us?
I mean, to be honest, man, I really had hope that I'd never see Deontay get back in the ring. He's done enough for the sport. He didn't get his flowers while they were due to him. That's highly unfortunate. But I think he's done enough for the sport. He kept it alive through a tumultuous time or whatever. They didn't give him his propers while he earned them. And I just don't want to see him get hurt, man. He took a lot of damage in the Tyson fight. The last fight, I mean, it felt like he threw 20 punches the whole fight. And I'm just like, yo, bro, I didn't 20 punches, bro. So, I mean, with that being said, he do what he do, and not everybody. There's only probably a handful of people that can take the right hand that he gonna put on this dude's face, and I think it's probably gonna be over in the first round, and they're gonna have the smelling sauce and the neck brace out, and Deontay's gonna be humble, and then what are we gonna learn? So,
all right, so what?
KO1.
KO1. KO1. Jeez Louise. Just go in there and knock his head off.
And still, if that's the last thing to go. I mean, Clubber already said he get built like SpongeBob. So he was them SpongeBobs did a lot of sparking, bro.
It made no sense. It just made no sense the way he had that power.
Everybody he got in the ring with ended up on the canvas, didn't they? Everyone.
Knocked down or knocked out just about everybody until
42 out of 43.
Yeah.
Except for Big Bang. Big Bang banged him out.
Oh, that's a Big Bang.
Oh, hey, yo.
Skywalker, where are you going? It is literally your turn. I'll go now. Yeah, I don't see any way. I've heard Tyrell Herndon's name before, but it's not like he's that great of an opponent.
Hey, somebody knocked on the door. My bad.
No, you're good.
That's what they call ducking responsibilities.
So I'm going to go with Wilder KO4. I agree it's going to be early, and I think it might be earlier now that all y'all went so early. I thought I was early enough, but I'll go KO4 since that's what I picked originally. Skywalker, what you got on this?
I'm going to go with Champ Ross and Ernest. I think this matchup, if you look at Herndon's record, out of the 29 fights, he's lost to everyone that had winning records, period. He's fought nothing but 1 and 9 and crazy record. Those 24 wins are against people that are very unknown. I think that we're going to see the power of Wilder, and we might get that AJ and Wilder fight the fans been wanting to see before it expires.
I love it. They can still put out about 90 in Wimbledon.
Make a lot of money off of it, man. It's AJ's got the hugest fan base. Wilder's got a huge fan base too. I mean, a lot of people are less interested in it, but I mean, I think they need to make that fight happen, bro, because that fight is going to be a fight that never happened, that everybody wanted to see, right? So by the end of this year, people are going to lose interest, so they got to get it done, bro. At least something in the negotiation, something like that. Because, I mean, they're both on the decline, right? You know what I mean? They're both, and that's a fight that the fans wanted to see, so they got to do it.
So what was your pick there?
I got Wilder KO1.
KO1. All right. So very early KOs for everybody. Either 1 through 4, take your pick. It's probably going to be earlier than mine, so go earlier than that. But KO for Wilder. Make sure you check that on your DraftKings, FanDuel, ESPN Bet, and the likes.
James too.
All right, cool. And also, again, let us know. Do you want in the boxing picks group? Champ Ross does a great job. We will get you in there. Let us know, please, as well. Make sure you tap in and subscribe to all these channels. Banner at the bottom has everybody's YouTube. Please make sure you subscribe and hit that like button if you're watching. We appreciate it. All right, cool. Champ Ross says Wilder KO1, easy money. James S. Shout out, salute. Torres Jr. worked him in 2 rounds. Let's see what else we got. If you take him by knockout straight up, it's minus 330, heavily juiced.
Yes, sir.
Andrew G. Wilder early. Nice. I'm going to bet it. There you go. Bet on what the experts give you. James S. round 2. Wilder win. So there we go.
What's dude's name? Who he's fighting again? What's his name again?
His name's Tyrell Anthony Herndon.
I got Herndon going to Herndon, Virginia. He's gonna leave. He's not gonna let it rain. He's gonna walk out the ropes. He's gonna get up out of there.
It's gonna be like Hellenius fight. It's just gonna be just like that one, I'm thinking, bro.
Yeah.
The mug getting right out the ring.
Hellenius was a tougher opponent than Herndon, bro. Right?
Oh yeah.
Herndon gonna fold him up like a lawn chair.
He's a sacrificial lamb for this fight. They're gonna make that AJ fight. Watch.
He said he still wants to catch a body. Wilder said he still wants to catch a body.
Hey man, that dude, the dude he's fighting is spotted meat. All the people who struggle with spotted meat is
retired.
All right, cool. Let's move it into Saturday night's action. Yayo, we're starting with you on this one. Avius Griffin, 17-0. Going up against Julian Rodriguez. I don't know why I just, he is Spanish, I guess. But I did say Julian. That was weird. Julian Rodriguez. Griffin does own a 3-inch height advantage and also has knocked out 16 people in his 17 wins for a 94% knockout percentage. Papi Choon, hit us off.
Split decision, Rodriguez.
All right. Easy enough. Josh, what you got?
Let me see here. So I know Griffin. I was looking at Rodriguez here to see who he's been in with. He lost to Pedraza. Okay, I think I recall this cat. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. I think this will be certainly probably a step up there for Griffin. So I'm going to go Griffin, though, via decision, points victory. Probably split, yeah.
There you go. Split decision. All right. Clubber D, what you got?
I don't want to copy Josh, so I'm going to say majority decision Griffin. But I was going to say split.
Majority decision Griffin. All right. Skywalker, what you got?
I'm going to go Griffin KO7. He fought my guy Huero Sanchez from Albuquerque his last fight. He's a very tough fighter. He's going to be fighting on the Pacquiao undercard too coming up. But I've known the guy. I've interviewed him. He's a beast. He's very confident. We got to get him on the show. He's very confident, bro. He talks his shit, and I like that, man. When you see that in people, he's a dog, bro. Wait till you see him fight. He's a knockout artist. So I'm gonna go KO7, man. It's a tough opponent. I say later round 7 or 8. Yeah, I say 7.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I have KO8 as my pick here. By no other reason other than this man is a knockout artist, and obviously in my eyes, they've put him up. No, see, this is the thing. When I make my picks, and I've said this before when I talked about making my picks, I'm obviously gonna. I mean, most of us would, unless you know each opponent very, very deeply. You're probably going to start off by looking at the records, and then you're going to look at like KOs and how much power they may have, or if they go to decisions a lot, right? Are they winning those decisions? So, anyways, when I see something like this, I'm automatically thinking Griffin KO right off the bat. So, Griffin KO 8, yes, sir.
I would like to retract my statement. I looked at my picks. I was trying to find, and I said, look, if we got thunderstorms around here, things are flickering.
That's funny.
I got Griffin 3rd round KO. My bad.
Okay.
I take what I said back from Josh. You can have your split decision.
There you go.
I said split decision.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't get no explanation either.
Yeah, opponent's tough.
Gotcha.
I did all that with Ernest.
All right.
You just win.
You can't knock them all out.
Hey, hopefully we don't, but you never know. Salute, Rodolfo. Appreciate you. All right, cool.
Rodolfo,
all right,
what's up, bro?
Let's move it in. Another fight here. Josh, we're going to start with you. Floyd Schofield, 18-0, 12 KOs, going versus the aforementioned Tevin Farmer, who we heard earlier was training.
My bad. I hate to make fun of him.
All good. Go ahead, Josh. Start us off on
my
this.
dog, she made her pick, but this is an interesting one for me. For sure, I like Schofield. I like Farmer, and of course, Farmer more tested, certainly at that elite level, and he showed that he still has plenty in the tank, which makes it very tough for me right here with this one, and this one kind of, man, it's a toss-up for me in terms of I like that youth of Schofield, and I know he had a tough fight his previous time out. I think that's one where he got dropped, and a lot of people were ragging on him. But that being said, I thought he showed some mettle in that contest as well. I wish he would have taken that Shakur Stevenson contest, considering, he seemed to be all about it. Then circumstances all crazy and all that stuff. But, man, Tevin Farmer, hey, he can still do his thing. This is a tough one right here. Man. It's a tough one. I'm going to go majority draw. How about that?
I like it. Oh, stole it from Papi. Stole it.
Majority draw Schofield. Clubber D, what you got?
Like kind of like Josh said, Schofield's last fight, we all remember him getting dropped, but he still came back and won that fight. It was very tough for him. Farmer, I thought he beat Zepeda the first fight. Second fight was close. Was not as close as the first one, but I thought he won the first fight against Zepeda. But for some reason, I think Farmer's age is finally going to catch up with him because he's not fighting somebody like Zepeda. He's fighting a young, hungry lion in Schofield. I got Schofield knocking Farmer out in the 7th round. This is going to be his coming out party to where he's going to talk mess to Shakur Stevens and say, I wasn't really sick. It was the Saudis drugged me. He's going to go back to his poison thing after he wins on Saturday.
And we'll get some comments here in a second. One thing is, though, he's still very, very young.
Yeah.
He's only 22 years old.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
He has a whole career ahead of him to get put that stuff behind him and improve. So James S., I'm just scared he does get touched though lately. So hopefully he tightened up on his defense and wins via decision. Andrew G., I don't trust Schofield straight up. James S., Farmer has been getting touched lately, but hopefully, oh, you said that one already. Excuse me. I apologize. Champ Ross, Farmer is so underrated, could give Schofield some issues being tricky. I think he can steal some rounds, but Schofield pulls it out late, split decision.
Hey, real quick there, if I could say there, Omar, seemingly there was something wrong with Farmer. I don't know if it's his hand or something in his last contest against Zepeda. So I think that explains. He hung in there for sure. He was definitely getting tapped up, but I think he had an injured hand, or he injured it in the fight early on.
Hey, insider information. We like that here on this show. Champ Ross says, wow, big statement there. Clubber D, Schofield KO. That would be impressive if he can.
It's all about the storyline in boxing, okay? Because the whole he ducked because he was sick or whatever. But if he knocks out Farmer, who had great fights against Zepeda, this will just elevate Schofield. Remember, he wants to get out of that deal with Golden Boy. So this will just elevate him in his boxing career. So I feel this coming around.
There you go. Skywalker, what's your pick on this fight?
My heart is with Farmer, but I believe in the youth, and I think Schofield might get him out of there, and it might be like what Clubber D's saying. It might be his, it's going to stir up a lot of shit talking with him and his dad. And my heart's with Farmer, but I know, and I don't trust Schofield either. I agree with James, but. This is prediction league, man. I even look at the betting line, and I'm trying to look up the betting line right now on it, but I'm gonna go Schofield KO 7. KO.
He's with me.
KO 7. Now he does have a 67% KO percentage, 12 KOs and 18 wins. Papi Choon, Yayo, what you got on this one?
Man, I'm mad Josh said that. I'm taking the fight as a draw. Listen, man, Tevin Farmer is a veteran, seasoned. And I don't know if y'all remember, but I'm pretty sure it was Tevin Farmer and Devin Haney who got the zone off the ground. Tevin fought 6 times over there 1 year. Like, Tevin is a highly skilled fighter, and he still has what it takes, even if he can't see that well.
The tank fight should have happened.
I think, to be honest, man, I think it's going to be an ugly fight. I feel like it's going to be some head clashes, some cuts, and I'm taking the fight as a draw. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if it was stopped early, went to the cards, and was still a draw. So I'm taking the fight as a draw one way or the other.
All right, draw for Papi Choon Yayo. I am going to say majority decision Schofield. I believe that. Tevin Farmer, you're right. No slight against him at all. I'm just going with youth in this occasion. So that's my pick there. James S. Floyd to win in round 7 is plus 2,500.
Look it.
They just drop $1 on it. That's 25.
Right, exactly. If you trust Clubber D, go throw $1.
I'll nickel and dime.
minus
Yes,
190.
Skywalker.
Yeah, minus 190. And Kevin's plus 148. Draw is plus 1,400. 14-1 odds checker.
That's all. It's usually like that.
Damn, so it's higher odds that he knocks him out in the 7th than it would be a draw.
I'm pissed we never got the Farmer versus Tank fight, man. That pissed me off. We should have got that.
Because I guess you would think about it, bro. If you get Tevin into the 7th round, he's experienced, so they're thinking like he has to get hurt with something, right?
Right, or he's going to go decision. Right. That makes sense.
Tevin fights amazing. He fights very well on the inside. Tevin fights very well on the inside. He hits you in places that you're not getting used to hit to because he's used to fighting on the inside like that. I think, isn't he from the Mustafa School of Boxing?
He's Philly.
Yes, sir.
Shoot. You shoot a jab, they duck under the jab and hit you with the shoulder in your sternum. Huh. Yeah, they ain't used to that.
I feel like his last Zepeda was perfect for him. Those last 2 fights, that's a perfect fight for him. Schofield's just a little different. He's not going to fight. How Zepeda's style. He's not going to do that. So I feel like youth is going to win this one.
I can't wait. It's going to be a great fight.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure.
Awesome. All right, cool. Let's move it on to another one. Clubber D, since you are our resident MMA UFC expert, I know you wanted to talk about this one. Holly Holm.
Oh, man.
Turkey, baby.
Going up against Yolanda Vega. 10 rounds. Now, Vega is undefeated, 10-0. Only 1 KO, so a light hitter, but she is undefeated. What you got on this?
It's not often you get a Hall of Famer, because I believe she's in a boxing Hall of Fame, right? Holly Holm.
Oh, I don't know.
She got inducted last year or the year before.
Let me see.
And she will be a Hall of Famer in UFC. So she's in UFC, boxing. She was a kickboxer also. And now she's going back to boxing.
That's crazy.
I love the story. He's high level athlete and all that, but she will be losing by decision to Vega. I feel like it is what it is. Home, it's gone. I don't think she can still do it.
Oh, there you go. Holly Holm was officially enshrined in the International Boxing Hall of Fame class in 2020, 2021 when COVID happened.
Okay, so I know she was. Yeah. I'm a fan of hers. I really do like her. But I think Vega got this.
Okay, Skywalker, what you got on this?
And I'm from Albuquerque, man. I'm going with the preacher's daughter, Holly Holmes. She's an excellent boxer. I don't know why she went to UFC because as a boxer she was 33-2. Yeah, the money, right? Now with women's boxing, thanks to Jake Paul, that's one good thing about him.
Yeah.
Blessed women. We got Stephanie Hahn. That's another topic I should have brought up, but Stephanie Hahn just got signed by the Zone MVP. So we got our female champion out of my hometown of El Paso, Texas.
Awesome.
Just signed with Jake Paul. She's making good money. She's real happy. So and also Holly Holmes is signed with Jake Paul. So if she can win this fight, there's a possibility of Stephanie Hahn running it with Holly Holmes.
Nice.
For her title. So try to get
her.
Wow.
Okay. There we go. Let's get some comments here. Jose Diaz was good. Salute. Appreciate you tuning in. Miss Skywalker says, let's go Holly. Okay, so she's cheering for Holly Holmes.
Yeah, my wife knows her. Yeah.
There you go. Oh, they're friends? Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's awesome.
James S. Holly Holm negative 800 is crazy. She is on steroids. Okay. Hey, that's allegations. We ain't getting us kids. Allegations.
Her and Kayla Harrison.
Jumping to conclusions was a person.
Papi Choon Yayo, what you got on this one?
Let's stick to that motherfucker.
Oh my God, you're gonna get us in trouble.
Hey, listen, man. If the odds say minus 800, I'm riding with Holly by majority decision.
Okay. All right, Josh, what you got?
I like Holly. I do like what Clever D mentioned as well. Now, I will say that she's a good bit removed from her boxing career. And, whew, that's interesting. I saw her out there training and all that stuff. I think she's been so tied in with the MMA, though, that might have affected some things to a slight degree. But, hey, time will tell. But she is a bit past it on the MMA side. So, in all likelihood, that's the same case here on the boxing side. I'm gonna go with the fresher 10-0 Vega, as well as Clubber D mentioned, just sheerly off of sort of being younger and fresher, certainly.
Ditto to everything you just said, Josh. Everything you just said is the same exact reason that I will be picking Vega. I love Holly Holm, but like Clubber D said, also your time's up, bro. Time is up. Father Time catches up to all of us.
Damn, y'all act like she didn't box in practice. Like you,
I mean,
once you got hands, you got hands, right?
She threw a front kick right after she started shadow boxing. I said,
it's just my habit. It's my habit.
She threw a front kick. I said, all right.
Yeah, I saw her training in there, and I was like, you know what? I don't know.
She gonna get disqualified for throwing a kick by accident.
It wasn't Tyrone Woodley shot a boxing sparring, but I was like, I know she's better than that. I just has to be just for
Yeah, I got
kick. It's over.
Right. Disqualification. I got Vega by split decision. I do have Holly Holm at least getting a split decision there.
She will be game. I think she'll be game.
Oh yeah.
Which actually, now that I think about it, if the split decision was going to go one way or the other, would probably go at home. Now that I think about it, but whatever.
Yeah,
all right.
Vegas is saying
Holly was nice with the hands. I don't know if y'all must don't know.
No, she is.
Maybe I only know her too much from.
She's nice. She was nice to show the worst knockouts. When that old girl hit her, and the ref was just looking at her when she was stuck on her head was stuck on the ropes, and that took years off her life.
Skywalker, you wanted to talk about this one. We're starting with you, Raul Curiel, 15-0, 13 KOs versus Victor Rodriguez, 16-0, 9 KOs. They both have a draw on their records as well. What are your thoughts on this fight, my friend?
And I got Raul El Cougar Curiel by KO. He's a beast, man. He had a good fight with Alexis Rocha. It ended up in a draw his last fight. Just expect the show. That's all I gotta say. When he's got a fight, he's gonna be one of the fights of the night, man. You guys do not want to miss Raul El Cougar Curiel in action. Excellent fighter. His family's all fighters. He's got a brother too that was a champion as well, and just they come from a long legacy of boxing, man, in Mexico. So just keep your eye open. He's signed with Golden Boy. He's just a monster, bro.
And he does have 87% KO percentage, 13 KOs in his 15 wins. By the way, his current rankings, he's top 5 in the WBA and WBC and top 10 in the ring and IBF.
Got a good IQ because he's also a lawyer too. Oh. So yeah, we've interviewed him, right, Papi?
A lawyer, that means he's smart, but he decides to get hit in the head for a living. So I mean, there's a little dichotomy there. But anyways, all right.
He's law school and he passed the board and all that. Yeah, so he's
Yayo, what you got on this one?
Man, this is a tough one for me. If I was a bet man, I'd be taking Curiel by KO 8, KO 9. But for the purposes of the league, since it's the last week, I'm throwing I throw a Hail Mary every now and then. I'm taking another draw just because in the league, but for betting purposes, I would be KO for Curiel.
First of all, I'm going to need you to stop, okay? Don't be trying to take the decision money out of my hands. I am in first place in the decisions. Don't do that. That's good. That's good. It's smart. Josh, what you got on that one?
So I had to look up the guy that Curiel is fighting now. Of course, I'm going to go Curiel. Looks like I'm frozen there on the screen, but I hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good to go. But yeah, I'm going Curiel, and I think I might have to go with a stoppage as well. Looking at old dude's resume, he's out of Uruguay, and he fought once in Brazil, but everything else was there. And usually it's kind of a toss-up coin flip when you have individuals coming or facing like an opponent of name value. And you really can't make much out of their resume, but it looks like he's got a lot of stoppages, and I don't know if they're really cut out to be what they may seem on paper. So I'm going to go with Curiel via stoppage. Probably get him out of there. If I had to pick a round, I'm going to say 8th round. And I do like Curiel, and I think that Alex Rocha draw it eclipses anything on the resume of the other fighter. So definitely Curiel.
Do y'all remember in COVID when that lawyer or that was like in the court case and he actually put the filter on as the cat?
Yeah.
And he was like, I promise I'm not a cat. That was Josh just now. He was like, I'm here if you can't hear me.
That was funny.
That's great. I'm going. I can't stop laughing.
That wasn't the worst thing that happened.
Oh no! Oh, the CNN anchor
People
got
ain't
caught.
used to having cameras.
Yeah.
Got caught wanking on live air. Like, yo, come on, bro! You couldn't have waited.
Come on.
You couldn't have waited till you got off TV in like 45 minutes. Like, damn, dog, it was that important. God,
Yeah, Ray Mama got some fishnets on back there. What's she got?
When you're in school, yeah.
Who's that? Who's that naked back there?
He said for what it's worth, he thought the camera was off.
Hey, gotta stay on schedule.
I mean, look, I guess if it's that important to you that you need to knock it out right then and there, then okay.
Stay on schedule.
I mean, I think I could wait a fucking 45 minutes or so until I got off the air. Like, come on, dog. Damn, you must be horny as shit, you old damn nasty mother.
That's a hard one to live down right there, I tell you.
I appreciate you, Chip. I'm trying my best. I picked all decisions unless it was like pretty obvious they were going to KO him, and those two people that had 94%. I was like, I'm not even going to try to go against it. That being said, I do have a split decision here for Curiel, so I'm going to agree with that. Let's move it on to the.
I'll say majority decision before I get skipped.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad, yo.
I got to put it in there. We're good. We're good.
Do you have any analysis on this?
No. We can keep moving.
Okay, yeah, my bad.
I had a joke, but I'll keep it for later.
No, keep the joke. What is it?
No, it's not. It's over with. The time is fast.
It hit differently, man. The timing got to be right.
Yeah, it's all about timing. It's over with.
All right. Cool. All right. So split decision there, and then majority decision for Clubber D for Curiel. So we'll start here. Who we're on now? I got lost. Then we just did Skywalker. All right, we're on you, Papi Choon, Yayo. So let's go here. We're going with Gilberto Ramirez, 47-1, 30 KOs versus Uniel Dolticos, 27-2, 25 KOs for the WBA, WBO cruiserweight titles. What you got on this?
Dorticos, KO 9.
Okay, cool. Josh?
So, this is an interesting one right here because of the fact that I thought that Dorticos was – I didn't know he was still fighting essentially, but he's kind of a little bit past it. And he had his moment for sure. He definitely had his moment. But I just think that the time for him has passed a good deal because of the fact that he is a little bit older now. And he was a part of that phase where you had Alexander Usyk, the Murat Gassievs of the world, Miris Briedis. He's a part of that guard, really. And he's got pop for sure. He stopped Andrew Tabiti. But I just think that, he hasn't been as active since that particular time. He was a part of the World Boxing Super Series Cruiserweight tournament. Hell of a tournament right there. Both of those iterations of the World Boxing Super Series were great. And I just think his time is a little bit past. So I'm going to go Zerto, and I'm going to go Zerto unanimous decision. I just think, he has too much in the tank for Dorticos at this stage, who has never really overwhelm you with punches or very super active guy, but he does have that eraser, which is always a game changer. But I'm still going Zerto unanimous decision.
Yeah, and he's ranked number 1 in the ring rankings, which is odd because the other guy is ranked number 1 in WBA, so that's very odd. But anyways, whatever. They're fighting for the championship. Clubber D, what you got?
I'm with Josh on that one. I think Zerto's going to win. I know that they put Jake Paul in his ranking, and I can see a way for him to weasel that fight to happen instead of him fighting Ja to unify. So I got Zerto by a decision. But I feel some tomfoolery is going to happen to where Jake Paul
Tomfoolery.
might call him out.
I love tomfoolery. I love some good tomfoolery. Skywalker, what you got?
There was a time when a lot of people didn't believe in Zerto, and they gave him Bivol, right? And a lot of people are like, man, this guy is, he's undefeated. He's got this many fights, but who has he fought? And they would give him criticism. But I got to give him respect, man. Ever since losing to Bivol, he's fought 3 good opponents. He's fought Joe Smith Jr., Arsene Goulamirian, Chris Billum Smith. He's got some momentum. I think that he's going to win this fight by decision, and I think he's improving. I've been seeing some improvement ever since he lost to Bivol, so I'm going to go with Zerto.
All right, cool. And
Zerto got like 65 fights or something like that.
Zerto,
they got a bunch of them, close to 50, somewhere around there.
They start fighting at 12.
He's 47-1, so 48 fights.
Yeah, that sounds like some mail order bride type shit right there. That record, his record, he got way too many damn fights for him not to have somebody other than just Bivol on his record.
Good point.
That's a good point. Yeah, that is a very good point.
Good point.
301 total pro rounds he has since he made his debut in 2009. So there you go. All right, let's get some comments here. Jose Diaz, he's been out of the ring too long, and look at his age. That's what they were saying. And then Champ Ross bringing up those old cruiserweight names from a few years back makes me want to ask you guys a question. Do you think Marco Huck is a Hall of Famer? He had like over 15 defenses, if I remember. Josh, our resident historian, start us off here. What do you think?
Well, it's interesting. If you look at it on cruiserweight merit, for sure. But if you're weighing it against the grand scale of just boxers in history and in general, no. But I mean, well, it is up to, of course, the deciders there. But I don't think so. If you just look at it on just the larger scale, but he does have. I will say that as far as what he did in his division, definitely beats out some people that are in. Not to name any people, but it beats out some people that are in for sure. But I think just the cruiserweight division, it has been a talented division. It's long been a talented division. Hasn't really gotten as many eyes and all of that stuff. And I think it's always had some pretty solid talent. I just don't know that when you look at it grand scheme in terms of all of the divisions comparatively, I just don't know that he will have enough, even though that's a hell of a feat there. And he went up to heavyweight too, I recall. So he's a beast there for sure. But some high standards there. You look at Usyk, and I would say Briedis is probably one of the guys that I would say it was right there on the cuffs there. More of the guy who I might lean towards in terms of from that class. But very interesting. I don't know though, but worthy from a cruiserweight perspective for sure.
I would just on the sole fact of that, because it's one of those non-glamorous divisions. And, we look at when people talk about like Clarissa Shields and other fighters, if it was so easy, then anybody would do it. So I would put him in just on that, and just, and people know that he's in because he was one of the, the title defense, one of the best cruiserweights. And, it's one of those like non-glamorous, like Holyfield, Usyk, all those guys moved up and made belts anywhere else. He was like, I'll just stay here and, run things.
Yeah.
Man, you can't. Hey, listen, there are no participation awards in the Hall of Fame, if you ask me. I don't think the Hall of, I think the participation award shit ends there. Like, for real, because that's supposed to be like the highest standard of everything that's related to whatever industry it is. And, I feel like if you're a Hall of Famer, there's no debate about it, right? It's undebatable. It's like the undisputed title. That's how I feel about the Hall of Fame. So it just,
I tell fighters all the time about my uncle. I'm like, man, my uncle, he didn't have a perfect record. He wasn't Floyd Mayweather. He was 59-7. But the thing is, he lost to like Alexis Arguello, Boom Boom Mancini, or he avenged certain losses like Ruben Olivares. And he just, if you put your heart and you don't duck no smoke, and and pretty much do majority of the time. You don't have to be perfect to be inducted in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? But
But you have to be special.
war, yeah, you've been to
But
war.
he has the name. Your
Got
uncle
that
has the
resume
name.
with all them names on it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That means a lot, bro.
Okay, my counter to that is he got 15 title defenses. You can't control who you fight. So you look at somebody like Holly Holm, who was a beast in boxing. Who did she fight that was so great? Or some of these other fighters that are in there, maybe on the female side. So,
Well, the women, there's not as many women fighters as there are as male fighters. So
that's true.
The level of competition, the sheer amount of people that actually fought, that would make they would have to scale. They would have to scale the rewards as far as who they fought and when they fought. I think that's the only difference there, really.
And it's not to take away from the women fighters. It's just, if it was easy, he wouldn't have 15 title defenses. I'm not saying that everyone's a bum that he fought, but it's just if it was so easy, he probably have one or two back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I think if you clean out a division, regardless of the division, you should get that recognition because you are the man at that particular time period in that division.
So who's at 160 pounds right now that you're going to say is a future Hall of Famer?
Right now, no one's really defended besides Charlo. Like he was undisputed, right?
So we're saying Mel. We're saying. I'm sorry. We're saying
Who's the other Charlo? Which Charlo was that? Who was that?
You saying Jamal Charlo is a Hall of Famer?
No. Was that the undisputed one?
No.
Okay, so this the
either one of them. You saying Jamel? I mean, Jamel got a hell of a resume, but
Jamel's in there just because of his the accolade, but Genovic right now is probably the best. Him, Adamas.
We talking about the Hall of Fame, bro.
Listen, Hall of Fame worthy in my
opinion. No, not Hall of Fame right now. But that's a different era, though.
The last one was G, bro. Was Triple G.
But you got to think with the era, though. This ain't the era where fighters want to fight the best all the time. A lot of these people want to get paid a lot fighting Johnny Johnson, who work at UPS, and put that on pay-per-view. So that's what they've been doing for the last 5 or 10 years, to where it's hard to say now these new fighters who would be in the Hall of Fame because look at the resumes.
Hey, speaking of middleweights, what happened to Boo Boo?
Exactly. He was waiting on Canelo forever. Payday.
Yeah.
He was.
I haven't heard HBO. Andrade. Have you guys heard, man? It's like the whole middleweight division fell off, huh?
Yeah.
We got Jonabek and Adamas, like you said, but we lost Triple G. We lost Boo Boo.
They let these guys hold on to these belts for so long, and it ruined everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's an interesting thing there. We have some people that we know will be Hall of Famers. Canelo, he's going to be in there. I think Nonito Donaire is going to be another guy that's going to be in there, clear cut. Then there'll be some other ones thrown in the mix there. But yeah, it is a pretty elite and prestigious class, as Ernest was mentioning there. So yeah,
Wait a minute. Hey, hold up a second. If you get in trouble as a human being, are you authorized to be in the Hall of Fame? So if you got busted for using steroids, I think that's an automatic disqualification, if you ask me.
He's gonna get in there.
Automatic.
Well,
you pop for steroids, automatic disqualification.
Is James
Somebody
Tony
make an argument for it the other way.
James Tony in?
There's some people on that Balco list, you know what I'm saying?
Automatic. That goes for Roy Jones too.
He took Rip Fuel. It was Effergen, F. I can't pronounce the name, but it was in the Rip Fuel you could buy at GNC.
If you pop hot, you're not a Hall of Famer.
Sometimes you eat taco meat from certain areas, and something's in that meat. All right, pause.
If you go out of your way to eat some bored bull's balls for some steroid effects, you don't belong in the Hall of Fame.
No, I feel you.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my grandfather was Mexican, but he would tell me, "Hey, Chaparro, come here. Come here, shorty." He would try to give me the bull's balls, bro. You know what I mean? He's like, "Hey, oh boy, here."
Mountain oysters.
We believe in our own medicine, bro, and all that.
Papi, that's my thoughts on John Jones on the MMA side. I'm very anti-steroids when it comes to that stuff.
John Jones should not be in the Hall of Fame because he popped dirty.
multiple
and
times.
he should have his own statue at the same time. He is the one of the best to ever do it. Period.
Yeah.
He's just you can't put somebody who has that sort of thing on their record in the Hall of Fame because it sets a bad example.
I agree.
Well, it's interesting. I think there's certainly layers to it. Barry Bonds never tested positive for anything. His name was on a list, or he may be on a Mitchell report or whatever. I know we're going down a rabbit hole. But that being said, I mean, there's no question how great he was, but he should. I feel like he should be in.
He should.
Roger Clemens, Pete Rose,
Bruce left the show over this. You know,
Bruce, where's Bruce at?
It really all depends again how you look at those sort of things. Because when you look at Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens, they were Hall of Famers before they started taking steroids. Now,
that's right.
Did they get exponentially better after? And yes, they did. And yes, their careers got to heights that no players will ever get to, probably, and due to steroids. But at the same time, they would have been Hall of Famers had they never touched it. So there's a little bit of a dichotomy there when you're looking at the situation. But either way, I agree with you, Yayo. If you pop for drugs, performance enhancing drugs that can help you to have a better results or beat other people in your game or whatever the sport is you're playing, then yeah, you should not be allowed in the Hall of Fame because you took liberties. You cheated basically to get ahead. And sports is one of those things where it's sacred, where if you're cheating someone else out of it when they're putting in tough, good effort, how does that make you look as a person, and do you deserve those honors? But then again, we can look at somebody like Pete Rose, who bet on his team only to win, by the way. But you're keeping them out, and he's the best hitter of all fucking time.
Right.
We believe he only bet to win. Come on.
You're right. Hey, Josh, he lied about a lot of shit, so we can't believe
such and such is gonna be injured coming up. I'm gonna say we're winning.
I am not with you. All right. Let's get some comments. Hey, James, by the way, James, we were talking about Marco Huck. It was asked if he was going to make the Hall of Fame, and that's what the conversation started off, and then it diverted into, obviously, Hall of Fame, drugs, things like that. Let's see. Champ Ross. Lara is on the fence. He might be a champion until he's 50. The rate he's going. Fight every 2 years. Bruce. Yes. Boxing, jazz, and more. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
Bruce.
Neither Charlos don't belong in the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Nope.
James S. I was just thinking the same thing. How can he get in there with the likes of Flood, Bear, Weather? I'm assuming it's somebody's name. That's just wow. Johnny Johnson from UPS is tough, isn't it? We love Johnny Johnson. We love Johnny Johnson here. Don't talk no trash. Hey. Let's see what else we got here. Floyd Mayweather. Okay, so back to the conversation we were talking about. Rules are rules. That's what we tried to get across. Puro Sul, thank you for tuning in. Salute. Too bad the fighters don't feel the same way that we do. Yeah, no, they don't. If they can cheat to get ahead, hey. I mean, I think that's most athletes, right? We even saw Lance Armstrong.
That's my thing, yeah.
So eight times, like, come on, bro. This motherfucker was. I was like, this motherfucker.
Right, you ain't that much better than everybody else. Get out of here.
And that man had one unit. Okay, let him live. All right,
one unit, one ball sack.
He ran a Ponzi scheme on cycling.
Hey, I asked this question before. I can't remember where, but Victor Conte, he's working with people now. Does anybody? How people feel like he's all good now? I feel
no. They be on him. They be on.
There better be extra regulations, right?
If they're on it, then Caleb Plant's got a bad supply because he gasses out the 6th round.
I'm not saying that they are, but I'm saying, but Victor Conte, he was doing all that. Has he cleaned his image?
I think personally with Victor Conte, I think that he knows the limits of where everything is and what's the threshold of what's cheating and what's not cheating. And that's why I think everybody rocks with him, because I think he'll get you there legally, and that's about it.
And I'm not saying, he's involved with any of that, but I just see a lot of stuff with Snack,
But in terms of a lot of people, though. Only in America can a person go to jail for selling steroids and get out and make a business out of.
Out of
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I feel like you should be on probation to be away from all type of pharmaceuticals. Like, how do you even get a license to get pharmaceuticals and you done been to jail for selling?
He's clean and
I don't
clear.
understand.
What about a coach? What about a coach who has multiple fighters pop?
That too. I mean, yeah, that's a similar situation.
Well, what type of coach we talking about? We talking about the boxing coach, or we talking about the one that's doing the strength and conditioning, or are we talking about the nutritionist?
Boxing coach.
Oh.
You know where I'm going. You know where I'm going.
Hey, real talk. I don't even want to put that on Victor and the snack athlete because they're like clean people that are doing snack. You know, for all intents and purposes, it seems to be clean and clear. I know there are people with the who are in the clean boxing program who are with snack. You know, but hey, it's just interesting, right?
Yeah,
it just don't look good for optics, if you know what I'm saying. Like, how it don't make sense. It's like you can't have a pedophile working as a janitor at the elementary school.
I hear you. I'm with you.
I agree.
You're convicted. You can't do that. I can't have it. It don't make sense.
It's just, for me, it's just the amount of fighters that he has, and high name, high profile fighters, from Bud to Benavidez to Caleb Plant. He had Garcia to Haney's and all of them work with Conti.
Okay, so who all worked with the Canelo team? Because it wasn't like 5 people in his camp.
That's what I'm saying. Should we look at a trader?
Yeah, so, Oscar Valdez,
Reynoso.
With 5 people in your camp. Does that mean the camp is dirty?
I mean, if you got 5 people, you gotta take an eye to that.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you got 7 fighters in your gym and 5 of them popped hot, there's a culture issue.
What it's gonna be is Spider-Man memes that we're pointing. It was reporting at each other.
I know.
All right, cool. Let's get some more comments here before we keep it moving on the picks. They were Hall of Famers before steroids. Yes, Roger Clemens. Yep. Well, I mean, all right now, Jose. Ty Cobb is the best. I mean, okay, all right, that's fine. He's a great hitter.
Man, you know, Jose got that card. Jose got the autographed card in the house, probably.
Yeah, racist.
How many hits does Pete Rose have, sir? 4,236 hits for a reason, because ain't nobody else close. So
baseball players with Ty Cobb were playing were milkmen. Like, come on.
They were James Johnson's son.
Yeah.
They were doing that thing.
That's Freddie
Jose
Fredrickson
was eating a Chicago-style dog watching the dude sing the thing at the 7th inning. What's that man? Harry Carey.
Be safe out there, James. Come on, brother. Be safe. We appreciate the support, brother, but we don't want you getting into an accident.
Be safe.
So be safe.
I don't want you being with John Johnson.
John Johnson. Right. Cool. Let's keep it moving. I lost a place. We got so off of a tangent there. I don't even know where the hell we are. Josh, I think you were up next. Patrice Volney, 19-2 versus Mapanda Kalunga, 11-2. 8-round middle rate fight. What do you got on this?
I don't know. I don't think I even know who those cats are right there.
Somebody said that somebody wanted to talk about this fight. Someone mentioned that. Was it you, Skywalker? What do you have on this fight?
Yeah, look at my list.
I was supposed to give Patrice Volney on the show this week, but I turned it down because I was busy at work.
Is that why we're talking about this? Oh, okay.
I need to look him up.
Patrice Volney is a good fighter. He just lost to Austin Ammo Williams. If you guys remember that fight. Yeah, so
no one knew his name until 5 seconds ago, so we don't know who he fighted.
I did see that fight. I do know who he is now for sure.
He's a Canadian. We're speaking about him, Billy, and all that. So Patrice Volney, good fighter, man. He just lost to Austin Williams. Went the distance with him. He's never been stopped. He's pretty durable guy. He's fighting Mapanda Kalunga. And so, like I say, he's coming off a loss. So this fight right here might be a lot easier than Ammo Williams. I'm gonna go Patrice Volney. Let me see his KO percentage. He's got 13 KOs out of 19 victories. When's the last time he had a KO? The fight before Austin Williams and the fight before that, he was on 3 straight TKOs and KOs. Then he lost to Austin Williams. So I think he's going to come back with a knockout in this fight. It's an 8-round fight. I'll say round 6.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Hey, I do remember him now. That
Go ahead, Josh.
I looked him up. And he's got some decent size to him too. I'm gonna go with decision, voting unanimous decision. But that being said, I looked at the other guy's stuff. I don't know him, but I'm gonna go voting unanimous decision.
All right.
Yep.
I
got voting KO4.
All right, Clubber D.
I got Kalunga KO7.
All right. That up. And I honestly didn't know. I had heard these names, but I didn't know who they were. I've not seen these guys fight, so I'm going Volney majority decision, just because I'm picking decisions, as I said, on most of my fights.
Oh, that means I'm winning this. I'm the oddball out.
All right, let's go on to the next one. Josh, Jean Pascal, 37-7-1 versus Michael Cieslak, 27-2 for the vacant WBC cruiserweight title. What you got?
Man, just when I think Pascal's gonna finally hang him up, that joker pop up in the dang fight, man. I don't know what it is. I just saw this on the thing. I'm gonna go with Cieslak via decision, but man, Pascal, he upset the apple cart before. I will say that. I've liked Pascal, but man, he's been going at it for a good little minute there. You know, I'm gonna go with Cieslak because both of them have a lot of a decent amount of fights, wear and tear. Say who has more wear and tear? Maybe Pascal. Pascal's styles, a lot of it is built on athleticism. I'm gonna go with Cieslak via, I'll say, split decision or majority decision. I'm gonna go majority decision. Cieslak.
Wow, yeah, you're not wrong, Josh. He's 42 years old, and also Pascal is a 5-inch height disadvantage and a 7-inch reach disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, Clubber D, what you got here?
Jean Pascal, he's a guy literally separated his shoulder, popped it back, and still finished the fight. And also, when he fought Bernard Hopkins was doing push-ups. I think it was the first or second. Was it the first or second fight when he was doing push-ups? When the rest broke him up. But with that being said, Jean Pascal, I loved fighting him back in the day, but my memories are back in the day, and he will get knocked out in the third round. I'm going with C-Slack. C-Smack, whatever his name is. Going with him.
C-Smack. C-Slack. All right, Skywalker, what you got?
Same Cieslak, KO. I think he's going to get Pascal out of there, so KO 5.
Okay. All right, and Papi, what you got?
Man, hey, listen. 50 Cent said Pascal still owe him some money. So I feel like Pascal gonna get this one, fam. He gonna find the old vet gonna find a way to get it done. I'm taking Pascal by split decision.
My man said he owed 50 Cent some money, so he need to get this money before he get fucked up.
They never heard it beat.
You don't want to get on the bad side of 50 Cent. We've seen what he can do to somebody.
He is petty, and I love it.
He is petty as shit. Oh, man.
Get that man his money back, fam. You know he don't play.
Well, let's go to the main event of this Saturday night evening, the big one, the one that Clubber D will call the wannabe. So I'll let him start on this one because he doesn't care too much for Jake Paul. He does care for what he does for the women of boxing, which is good.
Save me for the end.
Okay, we'll save you for the end. 11-1, Jake Paul, 7 KOs versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. 54-6-1 is his record. Clubber D, what you got?
Lord. I've already said what I had to say about Jake Paul in the past. I do give him credit. He took boxing serious by going to Great Bear when he started. He's done camps. And what he's doing with the female boxing is phenomenal. I think he should be saluted and all that good stuff for that. And he's giving all these women a platform to fight, especially with the all-female card in July on Netflix. But he's going against Chavez Jr., who everyone thought was going to be the next big thing. I stopped being a fan of him when he was fighting Sergio Martinez and they had the 24/7 on HBO. And he was already 2 hours late to his practice with Freddie Roach. And when Freddie Roach knocked on the door, his mug was in his drawers, no shirt, eating cereal. And they're like, what are you doing? Goes, I guess I have practice. At that point, during the 24/7, so all you boxing fans know what 24/7 is. It was great. At that point, I stopped rocking with him. I thought this dude's a trash bum. Quit against Danny Jacobs. His last fight, I thought he lost to Uriah Hall MMA guy on Jake Paul's fight against Mike Perry. So I got Jake Paul knocking him out. Oh, wish I had it. No, actually, I take that back. It'll be a decision for Jake Paul. I thought I had him knocking him out, but I don't.
All right, decision Jake Paul. Josh, what you got on this?
Same thing. I got decision Jake Paul. I think that where I saw Chavez in there training, and he looked like a shell of an old shell of himself, basically. And I think that I figured this fight would happen when Jake Paul started taking some of these fights. I thought it would have happened sooner than now, but of course, I think a lot of that was Chavez is doing because he's pretty much been 1 foot in, or at least a half a foot in, and the rest out of the game here for a good little period. But I think it's a decision for Jake Paul, though.
All right, Jake Paul decision. Hold on. What majority or?
I'm gonna go unanimous decision. Actually,
unanimous decision. And Clubber D, what'd you have again? My bad, I forgot to write that.
Unanimous.
KO. It was a KO, right?
That decision. I thought I was gonna do, but I looked at I didn't want to change from my pick already. But I had majority decision, but I thought it would be a KO. I thought I'd pick KO, but I didn't.
Okay, so majority decision. All right. Do you want KO? I can change it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change it because if I change it now, it's not gonna change for Champ Ross, and I don't want to go back. I want to stick with what I got. Stick my guns.
All right, sounds good. Yayo, what you got on this?
This shit is a trap.
Uh-oh.
In the boxing, I mean, he's definitely helping people, but neither one of these dudes, either one of them, I don't like either one of them. They're not good for the sport, in my opinion. So I'm taking a draw. I don't give a damn one way or the other. I'm sorry, man.
Right.
It's embarrassing, bro. Mexico is a very prideful country, and your father was one of the best to ever do it. And if you didn't want to have your heart all the way in it, you should have got the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's how I feel about that. And then Jake, man, you are a culture vulture, bro. Thank you for what you're doing for the women's boxing, but you got to put some respect on the sport. And what you did with Mike Tyson is legendarily, it's just foul. And I want the record to reflect. That's how I feel about it.
I mean, you're not wrong. A lot of people feel the same way. It's hard because Chavez is older now. He's already lost 6 fights. It's not like he's going to win a championship. So, I mean, do you want to take the last amount of remaining boxing years he has out of him? And if he wants to make money, it's like, it might be a joke, but at least he's, trying to make some money for the last of what he's got now.
Promoter, bro.
He lost to Anderson Silva in boxing.
Promoter.
I'm just saying. Okay. All right. I'm just saying.
He got the back.
All right. Josh, what you think?
In terms of
the Paul Chavez fight. Did you go?
Yeah, I went so Chavez. Skywalker.
Oh, that's right. Skywalker. Go ahead. That's right. Skywalker wanted to go last. That's right.
Yeah, man. Julio Cesar Chavez. He came in and they did their media workouts. Like Josh was saying, he didn't look too sharp like he did in the past. When he fought Canelo, he was a lot better back then. When he fought Daniel Jacobs, man, that was a crazy fight. I don't know if you remember the audience throwing shit at him.
Throwing shit.
That was crazy.
His dad.
I love his father, bro, and I'm cool with his uncle. Shout out to Polo Chavez and the Chavez family. That they even got their own live TV show in Mexico that covers them. It's a reality show, Los Chavezes, and
nice.
It's about their whole family. And the father, Julio Cesar is my GOAT. So I'm hoping that Junior beats Jake Paul and makes his father proud, right? Wouldn't that be amazing? Fucking knock his ass out. Dad there smiling with his bandana on, right? And so I'm hoping for that. But in all reality, this is a prediction league. So I'm going to go Jake Paul decision. Just based off of the media. But his physique is – I think he's taking this fight serious. And I got to give him credit for that. I got to give him a little respect. I don't know if you have you seen his physique? He has been working hard this camp. So.
I haven't seen it.
We know the weight.
I won't check it for it either.
Did they say what weight they're going to be at?
They're close to 200, I believe. It's like what
I know Paul said
199.
Paul said he's gonna
His
fight.
physique. Let me show you the physique real quick. That's not bad, bro, for Julio.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's not as quick as he used to be. He kind of, I don't know if he's bullshitting the camera or what. Are we gonna see him better or what? Sometimes they hold back. They tell you, if you're filming somebody, they're like, don't throw everything because I don't want the opponent to see it. You know
When he fought Uriah Hall his last fight on Jake Paul undercard, he fought an MMA guy, and I thought Uriah won that fight. They gave it to Chavez, and he said he wanted to fight Jake Paul after that. Then we got this fight a year later. He didn't look too good for me. And then I even saw the Anderson Silva boxing match, and he lost that match. And I'm just like, I can't. Ever since the Danny Jacobs won besides Sergio Martinez and then Canelo, like I can't.
I thought it was an epic round, 12th round in there with Sergio Martinez. That might have been the last ditch effort from Chavez right there, because everything else pretty much since then has been sort of a decline,
Booger sugar.
Yeah.
Both guys gonna pop high. Watch.
Wouldn't be surprised at all.
Paul gonna pop hot on mayonnaise.
I mean, listen. I understand. Listen, if they want to have a celebrity boxing league that's adjacent to boxing, where you're doing, you're matching up the famous internet people, and you're doing that stuff, that's cool. There's a place for it. There's always been a place for it, But you can't blend it into professional boxing where people actually spend their whole entire lives from like age 5 training and preparing to be the best that they could possibly be. You can't just let somebody who's a culture vulture slide in and just make the most money and sell out arenas and claim that they're a professional fighter, and he's not a professional fighter. Whoever's sanctioning this shit is crazy.
But that's the sad state of boxing, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is interesting because you've always had these novelty fights, but this is an instance where the novelty fights are bigger than like the legit fights. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy.
Cleaning up.
Yeah, I think that's how people look at this from both sides. When you were remembering, some people obviously think he's a culture vulture. Some people, which he is. Some people obviously think that he's playing boxing for a fool, kind of like just obviously using the sport that people so much love and are so purist of, and then having to go back and just using it to make money, and then fell the legends that we grew up with. Like when you talked about the disrespect that he gave Mike Tyson, or now going after, the Chavez family name or what have you. When you look at it from those sides of the aisle, a lot of people are going to have a lot of hate for what he is doing, and rightfully so. He does deserve that. And yes, what he does for the women's game is good, and we really appreciate that. But you can't take away at one point in time from boxing as a whole, and then just because you put a little bit in on the back end, figure that you're going to be respected in the boxing game. And it seems like that's exactly what's happened. A lot of people have just tuned him out too because of the sideshow that he really is, and it's just straight up disrespect, like you are feeling about it, Yayo.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts on that? Any other thoughts on what should Jake Paul do then? Because obviously he came in the game because he wanted to at some point try to, I guess, not just make money, but wanted to at some point, said he wanted to be a champion. Now, how realistic that is not very realistic.
I saw an interview.
He legitimately established himself as a powerhouse in boxing. Like if you take his gates from his last 2 or 3 fights, bro, he's destroying the numbers, period. He's attracting all the sponsors. You know what I'm saying? And so he's a powerhouse. So maybe promoting boxing and fighting is something that he should do. But don't promote it from a perspective of this is what you always wanted to do. You grew up wanting to be a boxer all your life. Don't do it that way. Just, you know what I'm saying? You can do it in a clean way.
I think he's trying. I think he's trying with the MVP, and he, besides putting the women, he's putting some of the young fighters. He had Shushu on when he fought Mike Tyson, and a couple other young fighters in his undercard. It's really, this is like a slap in the face to boxing fans, because we're basically going to have to watch Jake Paul to watch these other young fighters like Schofield fighting on his undercard against Farmer. Like Ramirez is on his undercard. Those should be their standalone fights, but yet we were getting Earl Spence against Johnny Jacobs on freaking pay-per-view back in the day, when that shouldn't have been like that.
Right.
Boxing kind of failed us in the last few years, and now it's on the rise again. And unfortunately, somebody like Jake Paul is bringing the casuals in to watch, and I give him credit for showcasing some of the good talent, so that way these casuals might latch on to this talent and go from there.
Yeah, and I think we're in an interesting space because social media, relative to just history in general, is fairly young, and we are seeing sort of this little evolution of Jake Paul being one of these him and his brother being a big social media star, and evolving that to being able to morph it into sports. I guess it's sort of like the modern day celebrity in some sense, because Ali, he was in there with like this I can't think of the guy, Antonio Inoki, like the big star from Japan. So you see stuff like that, and at one point Ali was gonna face Wilt Chamberlain. So you had stuff like that that's in the fold, but now the YouTubers, the social media people, they're bigger than some celebrity. They're more known than the traditional celebrity that you would see on like television through events like that. And I think this social media thing, it has evolved in a way that's pretty crazy. So I do think Jake Paul does bring casual fans, new fans to the table as it relates to the sport, and he usually has some pretty decent fights on the undercards of his contest. So, but his path is most certainly scripted. How he gets to an actual world title shot based on who he's faced thus far is very interesting. I think it would be something new. There was a guy, Pete Rodemaker, I think it was. He came straight out of the amateurs and fought for the world title against Floyd Patterson, I believe, back in the day. But that being said, he had a background in the amateur world of boxing. So this is very different, where you have a guy with really no amateur background or whatever. He's been learning here over the past 5-6 years. Can he get a world title shot? You know what I'm saying? Just based on his status in the
hell no
world, you know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely not.
That would certainly be I feel
if
like
it happens, they just burn the sport down, because you got to go through the rankings and fight real fighters. Ranked. You got to go through you have to fight real fighters in order to get to an opportunity.
WBA has cleared a way for him to fight Zorro. I'm telling you, watch.
It'll be interesting.
Can't do that, bro. You can't.
He says he's fighting Joshua next year. He claims he's fighting Joshua.
Celebrity boxing. We'll have a celebrity boxing championship. You can't put a real title up.
They could do that for sure. But yeah, you're right. That would certainly be against the typical norm if he's able to parlay what he's done thus far into a world title shot.
So let's say Jake Paul has his promotion. He has 5 fighters, right? And one of the girls that we know, the Stephanie Ha, I think she signed to him, right? So. Yeah. Let's say Jake Paul could take his 5 best girl fighters and have a do-off with Eddie Hearn, and it be in a legitimate event where he's not pretending to be a professional boxer, and the girls are duking it out to see who's the best between the two teams, right?
Well, he promoted Serrano versus Taylor, didn't he? On Serrano's side in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, so, and then the second one was on his fight with somebody.
Mike Tyson.
Okay, Tyson. Yeah, so he had the legit fight, that was people were anticipating on there. So interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. We'll see what happens in the future with this. We'll see if he actually gets a title shot. Obviously that loss in the last fight hurt him. So, or was it a draw? I can't remember what he got. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So we'll see what happens there in the future. Let's get a couple comments in here. Jose Diaz, if you want to become a champion, you have to change your life around 100. I guess you mean 100%. Yeah. Or you have to change your whole life. Got it. Cool. Yep. Who saw this fight? Who watched this nonsense?
That was like country box, man. I thought you were there. There were so many people there.
Hey, the old head had to win.
There was rampant. There were so many people in the building. It was crazy. A lot of people.
Hey, man, Charleston got some heads. Y'all better quit playing
That
with that.
was hilarious. Hilarious. And that country box girl with the tattoos on her neck was twerking at it. Man.
I don't know how that tattooed face fuck keeps ending up in my algorithm, but somehow he does, and I'm getting really pissed off seeing his face all the time. He's so stupid.
Unc be putting people up on game.
Let's see. Champ says Zerto will beat the brakes off him. You see how much bigger he was, not to mention the boxing skills. There's level.
Obviously.
I agree. Yep. WBA in bed with Jake Paul. Pudo Soy, it's happened before. They give out email titles every quarter.
They've done that. They have
Boots. Haney was one. This is a couple out there.
Look, I don't typically get my sauce out, but y'all do know those draws are worth 25 points, right?
Interesting.
See?
Interesting.
I had about 5 of them, didn't I?
Hey, Boots is the newest email champ, right?
Yeah, he was the email champ. Yeah.
So Boots, he got another elevation or something.
Now when he got the IBF.
Oh
yeah, he got it.
Okay, yeah.
Hey Skywalker, what was your pick for that Paul Chavez fight?
I'm gonna go Jake Paul decision, but I'm hoping that Junior makes senior.
What kind of decision?
Unanimous.
Okay, and I'm going split decision for Jake Paul. All right. Well, you wanted to talk about this fight, Skywalker. This is your boy, so we're going to start with you. Last 2 fights here before we get out of here for the night. Vince Barras, 23-1 versus Sada Twaworkham, 24-3. This is on Sunday. What you got?
And Vince Kamikaze Paras, he's a beast, man. He's tested himself at the high level. This is just an easy fight for him. His opponent's pretty good, though. Opponent's got a few losses, got a lot of experience. But I got Vince, man. Vince has been training hard. I got a picture of him the other day at one. He's shredded now. But he's going to do good, man. I think Vince will get a stoppage. He's coming off of another TKO victory as well. So,
all right, cool.
Yeah, Vince Paras, KO 6.
Paras KO 6. All right. Anyone else have thoughts on this one?
Paras split decision.
Paras split decision. Josh.
I'm gonna go with Paras. I think I submitted to you, champ. I think I had UD or something like that, but I feel like because I had to remember again. But yeah, I feel like Vince might knock him out because the fighter he's taking on, he's a Thai fighter, and you can have Thai fighters. Sometimes they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. They have a trumped up resume and hadn't fought anyone, or hey, they battle tested. You got a Sorung Visai, comes in, they can lay it on you. And this guy is on that other end there. He hasn't fought anyone, and he got a lot of knockouts against debuting fighters and things of that nature. So I think Vince can stop him, but I don't know if that's what I submitted to you, champ. So keep that in mind.
All right. Clever D.
I'm gonna go against what I already sent Champ Ross, since we know Vince. I'm gonna go Vince. We'll go 8-round knockout.
All right, and I'll end it off with a split decision for Paras. That's what I had because I remember I got to go all decisions, Skywalker, or I might have picked something different. But
yeah.
Anyways, split decision for Paras. All right. Let's move it into this last fight. We want to talk about this one. I know it's a week ahead, but we're not going to be together before then. Although I'm looking at Paul's like shit on that. I'm looking at our future schedule for July, and I'm thinking, gentlemen, we may want to reconvene our boxing crew here. Maybe on July 10th is a Thursday. Because you got the Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano, you got Shakur Stevenson, Zepeda. The week after that, you got Usyk, Dubois, you got Barrios, Pacquiao, Bam Rodriguez. We could do a whole show on the 10th about all those fights if you gentlemen would like to do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Do it.
Sounds good.
Let's claim it.
Yeah,
so there you go.
We can do one of those. I will be doing a fight party for the boys in Usyk fight. I just got to figure out their start time because I'm not doing the whole damn thing.
All right. Well, sweet. There you go. We'll make sure to promote that day. So there you go, guys. We'll be back on together on the 10th of July. It's a Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll go ahead and talk all the huge fights coming up in July, but there is one coming on July 5th in England, Manchester. Jack Catterall versus Harlem Eubank. Clubber D, let's start with you. We'll go around the horn and finish this off.
I'm a big fan of Jack Catterall, but I'm going to Harlem Eubank. I'm going to say decision.
All right. Skywalker?
Catterall's coming off a loss to Arnold Barbosa. He's a good fighter, good boxer. I have to research it more, but I'm going to go with Eubank.
All right. Papi?
Eubank split decision.
All right. Josh?
I'm going to go with Catterall via – I'll go split decision. And that's primarily because I haven't really sat down and just watched Eubank like that. But I know he's been putting in some work or whatever. So this is going to be a step up for him. Of course, the experience is on the side of Catterall. Catterall SD.
Yeah, you're right. The experience is on the side of Catterall, although he is 1 year younger than Eubank.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's 31 and Eubank is 32, but Eubank is obviously the undefeated fighter, 21-0. But Catterall, like you said, has the experience, 32 fights versus 21, even though he does have 2 losses. So because of those 2 losses, although I do agree, Catterall with the experience does kind of make me want to lean that way. But also, when I see an O, I think that fighters want to protect that at all costs, and obviously Eubank is trying to do that. And I think that sometimes give you a little more gas in the tank in the late rounds of a fight. So I'm going to go with Eubank split decision. That's what I'm going to do as well with Papi. Cool. All right. Well, hey, we really appreciate everybody tuning in today. What an amazing show. Thank you for sticking with us 2 hours long, everybody there in the chat. And most importantly, Champ Ross, who, again, continues to do Yeoman's work by doing this group for us and having these, leaderboards and everything that he does. So shout out and salute to Champ, first of all. And second of all, get in this group with us, y'all. It's awesome. And the more people that get in, maybe these prizes will go higher. Hint, hint, Skywalker. But anyways, if y'all want to get in, make sure you holler at us. We'll get you that information. But please make sure you subscribe to all of these channels. You got Skywalker Boxing Media on YouTube, Skywalker Boxeo on Facebook. You got Josh 86 Boxing. There's actually 2 groups on Facebook and 2 YouTube channels. So make sure you find both of them, the yellow and the black logo. Papi Choon Yayo's on IG. I think he had started a YouTube too, but I'm not sure. Did you start?
I got a lot of stuff cracking. Y'all just hold on a second. I'm gonna have a code for you to just take a picture of.
There you go. Okay, yeah, get one of those QR codes up there like we got, because at that QR code up top, y'all, take a picture of that. You can find us at Ball and Buds, BALLANDBUDS. Please make sure you subscribe to that as well. There, you'll be able to find Clubber D's YouTube and Clubber D's TikTok are both up there at that QR code as well. So make sure you give that a click and go subscribe to all those channels. Cool. And everybody hit that like button on live or on the replay. Go ahead, Clubber D. What you got?
Check us out. And Clubber D on YouTube. Check me out. I'm working on a Liver King short because he just got arrested for trying to go to Austin and fight Joe Rogan. He's out right now. And he's still talking crazy. I'm going to do a little more research. But look out, I will have a Liver King short coming up.
Yep, and that's Clubber D, not to be confused with his TikTok, which is Clubber.D. So there you go.
I would pay money to see Joe Rogan give my man a leg kick, bro. You notice in all those clips, he like, it'd be an honor to get choked out. He keeps talking about getting choked out. No, what you need to be worried about is that leg kick to femur being broke.
Right.
Joe gonna have him in a wheelchair.
Hey, what if Joe gave him a liver kick?
All right, Skywalker, you got anything else for the people?
Check out Mo Boxing, no problem, man. That's the network.
Oh yeah, salute, definitely.
Yeah, man. I got a fight July 12th in El Paso that we got Andreas Ray, the Trouble Kid. He's in action. And we also have Abraham Perez, the Hammer. He's on that card as well. We have La Baquina, Nayeli Rodriguez that we just interviewed. She's going to be on that card. Poison Ivy Enriquez, that's another good fighter that's going to be on that card. It's King's Promotions. And also this Friday, we got Jason Sanchez from Albuquerque. He's out there at 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. He's fighting on King's Promotions against Julian Gonzalez. And it's going to be a good fight, man. Good luck to Jason out there. Man, I always got a lot of friends that are fighting, man. But, yeah, just follow me on Skywalker Boxing Media and Skywalker Boxeo on Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Josh, I'm gonna post this link again real quick here. What you got? Anything else for the people to let them know?
Just salute 86 Boxing. Gonna be dropping a video tomorrow, likely. It's gonna feature Joe Gans.
There you go. And y'all make sure you support there. That link right there is where you can support Josh and the rest of the team. We really appreciate you supporting us here and tuning in today. Again, please make sure you subscribe to all these channels. We will be back July 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern, so mark it on your calendars. And lastly, let me not forget Country Box next Tuesday. Make sure you tune in. Shannon the Cannon Briggs, former heavyweight champion of the world, will be fighting. So I'll get that exclusive interview with you. Also, if you want to see Oliver McCall no-selling my interview halfway through and throwing the microphone down, you should probably check that video I posted today.
We got Sergey on that card too. Sergey Derevchenko.
Oh, Derevchenko's coming back. Good.
Yep.
Good.
I'm going to live for that one. I love to cook on that.
They got some heavy hitters. When I saw the Aiden Ross joint, I was like, wait a minute, is that Country Box? I'm like, oh snap, they're at Country Box.
That's funny.
They got
live for that one.
The Troubadour Theater. The Troubadour. Yeah, y'all should go live, and I'll check in live with y'all there. I'll check in from my mobile phone. Maybe I can get Shannon to go live on an interview with y'all on there.
Let's go, champ.
Oh, that'd be dope. Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, y'all again, make sure you subscribe, tap in with everybody. We appreciate it. See y'all July 10th, 8 p.m. Eastern. Hello. 5,000.
He's with the millions. It's that world heavyweight flow. Championship belt wrapped around my waist. Yo, I got that Ric Flair figure flow. Slam you on the pavement, that's why they call me Street Pro. Create heat on beat close. Like Jordan after the second time he three-peated. Folks, get ready, set, let's go. Fight toe to toe, release the flow created by this mic pro. Lights, camera, get low. Action packed, back to back. In fact, this monster will grow. Y'all better let him know. Man with the master plan, and you have no need to know. Hard like winter cold. Bust these fools, anything less than killing whack rappers is a crime. I stay trying to get mine. Stacking value, packing venues, winning over time. Ain't no fine timeline. Open your eyes, you're looking for the best, and this is what you find. Game is only for the bold. You came prepared, now get ready for the show.
Introducing from parts unknown, your UFC and combat sports insider, Clever D the